Last week didn't go through. Now we're live everywhere. All right.
We're live.
Idiots on Parade, the Too Ugly for TV podcast. We mock the news so you don't have to. I am Nathan Timmel, stand-up comedian in Iowa City. With me, as always, is Jake Vevra, stand-up comedian in New York City. Hello, Jake.
How's it going?
All is well here. Jake took my kid, my 11-year-old son, to see Jackass 5 yesterday.
Nice. How was it?
He loved it. I liked it. I would, to fans of Jackass, if you have a kid that's 10, 11, 12, take him. They'll love it. You'll have fun. If you are just a fan of Jackass and you are like older in your 40s and stuff, wait for streaming. There were too many member berries. Like they did. I would love to see a breakdown of how much, hey, remember this skit we did and how much new stuff there was, because there was a lot of old footage that they showed, some that you hadn't seen before, but there was a lot of clips from previous movies from the show. I was like, hey, remember when we kidnapped Brad Pitt? Yeah, because I've seen it. And so I did not like that about it. Like, I'm spending money to see a movie in a theater and I'm watching old footage.
It's disappointing yet not shocking. And I will tie this back to a conversation we had last week about Rod Stewart. In many ways, Jackass is the Rod Stewart of our generation in the context of this podcast and these topics. If you're paying to see a musician, we talked about last week and have talked about in the past, where the lead singer is like over 50 or whatever, you know what you're getting into. You know what I mean? You know, it might be a little scratchy on the vocals. You know, this ain't Axl Rose in 1988. It's Axl Rose in 2026. And well, there might be some backing tracks. There's, things like that. Like, you can't be shocked at that sort of stuff. You know, when people rail against that, I'm like, dude, this guy did nothing but cocaine and ate nothing but carbs and pussy for decades. Like, he's not going to sound great. I mean, every night. And so I feel if there's one group of people that ages worse than rock stars, typically it's or not rock stars, because a lot of them age pretty good, but a rock star's vocal cords. If there's one thing that ages worse than a rock star's vocal cords, it's stuntmen. Yeah. If you're paying to see stuntmen in their 50s and 60s, I mean, they just, they can't go diving off shit like they used to. They just, they got to play some old clips. They got to play some of the highlights.
Well, yes.
There's going to be more panic involved, is what I'm saying.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because in the last one, they did bring in new members and they did more of the stunts. Like Preston Lacey, they brought in, I can't remember his name, a new big guy that wears a diaper, and he did a trampoline into cactuses. And
right. And Eric Andre was in the last one, wasn't he?
Yeah. So they brought in new people. And this one, the other problem I had with the movie is they open with old footage of Johnny Knoxville, how his audition for Jackass that he filmed. And I'd seen that, but you only see it on the web. MTV never aired. It's of when he shot himself with a bulletproof vest. They said, MTV said, we cannot air you shooting yourself with a gun.
Right, yeah. If Beavis and Butthead can't go fire, we can't shoot you with a real fucking gun as like a fun little backyard prank in a country full of guns.
And they did put on the bottom of the screen the other, like they opened with the like, hey, don't you do this. And I have to admit, I remember the first iteration was, hey, none of you or your dumb buddies try this. I missed that because then they changed it to warning, like they updated the warning to be real. So, but they show the warning at the beginning of the movie. And then the entire time under Knoxville's first old footage, it's like, do not attempt this. You will die. Do not shoot yourself. You will. Right. So after that, my first problem with the movie, and again, I liked it. My first problem is a lot of old footage. But the second problem is the real problem. The first new sketch after so it opens with Johnny, then it's like, welcome to Jackass, and they do the opening credits. The first brand new sketch, easily the best. So it peaked right at the front of the movie. I was laughing so hard I was crying. My son was laughing. He was squealing. He was laughing. It is a robot proctologist that gives a prostate exam to Steve-O. And, it's one of those little human. And it is so funny because he's like, are we going in without lube? They're like, no, we got lube. Chunky peanut butter. And then the robot was like, I am going to. And it's great. So yes, you can't go jumping off of things, although they do have new members doing that, but they had a lot of really fun and some gross ones, like clever things that don't involve stunts like that, like the proctology exam. At one point, I gagged in the theater. They chugged the colonoscopy drink that makes you evacuate, and they had plastic bags and duct tape around their waist, so they would shit into themselves, and then they played Twister, and it was just so
There we go.
gross.
There we go.
So yes, aging stuntmen bad, but there's an end around new members and clever stuff. There were a lot of clever. So stream it, watch it. Nothing negative to say, but I wouldn't say go spend $20 on it in the theater. It was a fine way to go out. And I did like they did mention Ryan Dunn, and they showed some Ryan Dunn footage, a good way to say goodbye, even though he's been gone for a while. But yeah, just sad. But they showed the entire Ryan Dunn toy car up the butt sketch. And it's like, we've all seen that. It's legendary. It's great.
Right. That's one of their more well-known sketches. Yeah. You could just kind of show clips of it.
It's a toy car. You have a toy car in your butt.
Yeah, the doctor.
It's too much that he knows. You tell no one. He knows. That's too many people. It's classic.
And it's so funny because I remember them talking on that sketch going, well, we didn't think it would work that well because we just figured with the X-ray, you'd only see tiny little pieces of it, and it would be hard to kind of make out what it was. No, you look at it, it's clearly a Hot Wheels car. Yeah, I mean, you can tell the make, the model, everything. Even
though I had seen that clip a million times, it was still funny once again to see that first nurse, that woman with that look on her face, as she's just like, as she figures out what it is, she just has this dour frown of like, she has the best look on her face. So,
and it was a look that says, maybe I haven't seen a car up there before, but there's a protocol to where people have weird stuff up their ass. You never get great at addressing this, but you get used to it. That kind of look. Just sort of like, another one of these. Another one of these.
You get a curveball. You get a curveball. All right, we got Mike saying hi. Ultra showing up. April is here. Hello. And Ultra is, yes, it's a recap movie. Everyone's old. At our age, it's about reflection, not projection. But I will say this. I do not want to see the new members take over and be a new Jackass, because there was just something charismatic about the original crew that did it.
Yeah, you almost got to call it something else. You know what I mean? You call it Ass Jack. I don't know. Just something. You can even make it close to where it's like, hey, we're kind of carrying it on, but not really. If anybody's carrying the torch, it's like YouTube prankers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what that evolved into.
Oh, completely sideways. I looked this up while you were talking. I didn't send it to you because it wasn't funny or big, but Lionel Richie, 77 years old, did a partial concert in St. Paul, Minnesota, and said, "Hey, I'm not feeling well. I'll be right back." And after 30 minutes, they came out and canceled the show and said, "Yeah, Lionel can't come back." Right. There was no controversy. It wasn't like, then Lionel showed up at the World Cup the next day or anything like that. But literally, after the Rod Stewart thing we did last week, Lionel Richie just he came out, he performed, and then said, so I looked him up. Yeah, 77 years old. It's going to happen.
Right. It's you can't always headline every single night into your 80s. I mean, it's not going to happen.
All right, let's talk about with what we left off with last week. Where is it? Oh, there it is. I thought this was an interesting update. I was getting sick of the reflecting pool until this. Exclusive. Oh, CNN. Exclusive. Firm that worked on past reflecting pool renovation passed on Trump project after deeming it unfeasible. So, several months before Blue Strip started floating to the surface in the Lincoln Memorial Flag, a company involved in its last renovation more than 15 years ago was approached with an opportunity to do this remodel as well, but the company said no. Specifically, it balked at two requirements. The Trump administration wanted it done by July 4th, and they said, nope, this is not a rush job, and the pool bottom had to be blue, and they said, this is just, nope, we're not going to do a rush job. This won't work. And look what happened. He gave it to a friend of his. 1 point whatever million became 14 million, and it's botched. So everybody was bitching about the no bid contract to the friend. It's more interesting now to see that AI summary on TikTok. A comedian reviews the new Jackass movie analyzing the classic stunts. As we were doing, we're analyzing.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hey, remember that car up his butt? Let's talk about the
We're
logistics.
jackassologists, man, at this point. Show's been going
Either
on.
way. Yeah, but they spoke anonymously. But yeah, so this like, don't do it, not going to work. And they said, screw you, we're going to do it. We'll just find someone. And here we are. In a weird sort of way, I am for the same reasons I think Trump was being ridiculous for somehow screwing this up that bad and then trying to go Antifa turn the pool green or whatever. I think it's also in a weird horseshoe sort of way. I'm on Trump's side in the initial part of this, right? If you're saying, hey, I'd like to get the pool clean and I'd like to make the reflecting thing reflect a little better. And they're like, we just don't have the technology. We have NASA. Will you stop that? We can come on now. We put a man on the moon like 70 years ago. We can't make a pool reflect here on Earth now. We can do that. You know what I mean? Like I can show my dick to someone live across the world in Bhutan right now. You know, I can do that, you know, but we can't with all the funds available at the hands of the U.S. government, we can't make a pool reflect. Stop, you know? And then, of course, he's got some shady, mobbed up friend of his in Tampa going, yeah, you want that pool clean? I've cleaned pools in many of the mansions that I've worked in or worked with or owned or whatever. I'll make it clean next week, you know? Just give me the money. And then he gave the money. So, of course, he did it bad, but I'm on his side in the initial, someone can get this done. Yeah, someone
it's
can't
not
get this
rocket
done.
science, and we have literal rocket scientists in the U.S. government. We can get the goddamn pool to reflect. Like I get that initial, hey, someone's got to be able to do this.
But when the company that's the pros say, I wonder what if there was back and forth, because this article is obviously one-sided, but what the article doesn't seem to say, and I'll scan it again, is nowhere in the article does it say the company said, hey, if you want it by August 1st, or this is what you're looking at, if there was a back and forth, like there's no discussion of okay, this is what you want. This is what it'll take. This is how long it'll take. It's just he wanted this. We said no. There has to be more to it, because you are correct. Given where we are as a society, there has to be a way to make this work. But from the little I've read on the side, it also involves tearing out the piping, because the piping is the problem that allows the algae. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to be one of these armchair analysts that says, the problem, what they
I hear you. I mean the initial step of
I agree.
Get someone.
It should be able to be done.
Step two is let's find someone who knows what they're doing. And when they sit there and go, yeah, you want a pool clean? I get a pool clean. Just give me $20 million. You know what I mean? Like then you go, hey, let's do a little follow up on this before I hand you the 20 million. You ever done a reflecting pool of this size? And his answer is, yeah, I've done big pools. I put that big ass pool in at the Four Seasons Center. You seen that? That thing's fucking enormous. That's like the reflecting pool of Four Seasons Center pools. And I did that. That was all me. So you should absolutely give me $20 million of government money. Like when he does that, then it's like, okay, I got to see something that you've done this size somewhere.
Yes. Well, sticking on that note, I thought this was funny. I've been seeing, and again, everything, you never know what's true, because I saw, I'm going to go sideways before I bring it home to where I'm going next. I saw a TikTok of someone showing a picture of an empty stadium saying, oh, look at all the people showing up for Jelly Roll. This concert's a failure. It was still light out. And then I swiped up a couple times and I saw someone else, full stadium. So, depending on what you film, when you film. So, but I have been seeing that. Here we go. Donald Trump's
people claim that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I've been seeing a lot of footage.
Be able to say about Jelly Roll, not being able to fill up an arena right now ain't one of them. Sorry. To find a different insult.
But I've been seeing a lot of footage.
If you want to say he looks like a deflated MS-13 member right now, fine. I'll agree with that. You know what I mean? If you want to call him overrated, whatever, but not able to fill up an arena in 2026 is not an insult you can hurl at that man. It's just not.
Yeah. All right, now I'm going to start talking again. I've been seeing a lot of footage of Trump's state fair completely empty. Again, I don't know what time of day they're filming it. I don't know but I watched a very long one where a guy talked about every state has a booth, and some of them are fucking hilarious, where it's just literally the name of the state and two chairs, like, hey, this is, like Maine. Like, they don't have anything that involves Maine. Like, hey, we gave you Stephen King. He did say that. I think it was Oklahoma or Wyoming. Is like, here at least you can lasso. But the best part is Donald Trump's 90s music festival, reduced to just Vanilla Ice, gets rained out. And if the quote is in here, apparently right before the concert, it was, "We're about to have a great party tonight," the rapper said in a video yesterday. "This is going to be epic." And then right after he posted that on Twitter, "For the safety of our guest staff and partners, we are actively monitoring conditions, and the show has been canceled." So not Vanilla Ice, the one person left for Trump's concert, got rained out. Now, you and I are both atheists, and I remain an atheist. However, this nudges me a millimeter closer to maybe there is a God.
Fair enough.
If I were a God, this is what I would do. I would winnow it down to Vanilla Ice and then have it rain out.
I'll go one step above that. I'll say gods plural. I sacrificed a chicken, hoping that there would be rain that night and this wouldn't be able to go on. So I think this was the old gods at work.
Whichever chicken god there is, yeah. So
that's right. I forgot which ones had the chicken. Was it the Hindus?
Voodoo.
Was it the Norse? I don't know.
Voodoo.
There you go. I cast the voodoo spell on that, and because I said nothing washes away ice quicker than rain. Let it rain. And I killed the goddamn chicken.
Smite the right-wing entities, doesn't she? Well, I mean, that would be nice if that were the case. I guess we'll have to see what happens come November.
Yeah, and I will say this: you can't even claim that like God or the gods, if you want to go the pagan route, hates Trump's America 250 events, because the UFC thing went great.
Yeah, see, there you go. Santeria sacrifices chickens. Isn't Santeria a Sublime song?
Santeria, that was an album, I believe, right? Santeria, because Sancho is a guy that fucks your chick while you're in prison. And I know, but Santeria, I believe, was a Sublime album. Yeah.
Song, yeah. All right, one more Trump, and then we will get off the Trump nonsense. But this one is actually serious and sad. Trump abruptly cancels signing of bipartisan bill on affordable housing. So, bipartisan anything these days is insane because nothing gets voted through where everyone's in their encampments and fighting. But they pushed through, that both sides agreed, bipartisan bill on affordable housing. But President Donald Trump abruptly canceled an event to sign a bipartisan affordable housing bill Wednesday, announcing the ceremony was off as he fumed about the Senate not passing his bill to impose new rules on elections. So he's throwing a fucking crybaby fit. Now, I know people love to show his quotes, like when he was bombing Iran, and they said, what do you think of the people? He said, "I don't think of them at all. I love tariffs. I love the high inflation," whatever, all the quotes he has. This is action. This is literally him saying, "I don't get my way. I'm throwing a temper tantrum. Unless you give me my bullshit bill on elections, I'm not going to help the American people with affordable housing." This is where it actually gets interesting. I don't get upset by any of the stupid quotes. I don't get all clickbaity and like, yeah, look what he said. This is interesting.
You mean the billionaire real estate mogul doesn't like affordable housing? Shocking. Yeah, I'm going to vote in this guy that just knocks down affordable housing and does everything that he can to get it away from his condos. He's made a living doing that. I'm going to elect him to hopefully get more affordable housing. Not going to happen.
I see.
But it's also, I think, he was, I think it was a weird, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just going to read from the article. Of course, it's on the condition of anonymity. A senior White House official, being anonymous, said Trump realized Wednesday morning he could use the housing bill as leverage, quote, and apply additional pressure to move the Save the America Act along. Like, he was just going to sign it until he figured out, like, oh, well, maybe instead of signing it, I can do this and push for what I want. Multiple Senate Republicans said they had no idea Trump was going to hold back on signing the bill, and they were not clear of his plans moving forward. So, yeah, he surprised his own party. Everyone has their tongue up Trump's ass until he does. They don't realize he will turn on them as well. He is not about Republican values. He's not about Democrat. He is about himself. It's literally what he wants. If his party goes against him for the greater good, which doesn't happen often, he does this. We got a heart. Thank you, whoever just hearted us on TikTok. Jake, go.
Hell yeah, dude. So I think he was hoping that since this was a bipartisan bill, and as you pointed out, that's pretty rare these days, he was hoping that maybe I can since it's got enough momentum on both sides of the aisle, I can shoehorn the SAVE Act that I've been trying to pass for a while, which isn't just about showing an ID to vote. I know that's what they push on like the right-wing fucking brown shirt media networks and stuff. But no, it makes it to where when you're registering to vote, you have to have either a birth certificate or passport. I don't know if you ever tried to replace those things. They take a while, you know?
Fuck if I know where my birth certificate is. I don't think it's in my safety deposit box. I'm
pretty sure I can find mine. That said, I've had to replace mine because at one point, shortly after I moved to New York, I lost most of my documentations, and then I lost my wallet with my ID. And I can tell you, it takes a long time to get that stuff back. So when they sit there and go, well, voter fraud, and then even like the Heritage Foundation, that right-wing group, actually,
they find out that there's not really any.
Yeah, and so it's like 7 fucking people every time they do one of these studies of like a whole state, and then half of them did it for the right anyway. So like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
it's like if they could actually show like here is rampant voter fraud, not look, there's all these registered voters or whatever, and they're making it easier to register, stuff like that. Like, no. Find me the people that are actually voting illegally. Where's the park walk? I'm telling you, you'd see these people's pictures on Fox News nonstop if they could actually find people voting illegally, and it would, like, they would have the arrest. They would, you'd see their faces, right? You don't see that. So if that was real, then it's like, yeah, maybe we do need to make it more stringent to where you have all these things in place, and it's tougher to do. They don't have that. So to me, it's like, okay, how many people are voting illegally versus how many people will this keep from voting legally, but can't because they can't find their birth certificate or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that number is going to be way higher, and that's their goal. That is their goal. It's not about keeping elections safe. It's about making it difficult because they know that low voter turnout statistically helps Republicans. So they want to make that shit as difficult as possible. They start with, hey, we just want you to show a voter ID. That's not that crazy. Oh, by the way, we want your birth certificate or passport. You let them keep going. Yeah. We want you to pass the piss test. Yeah. No, we want a spinal tap. We want that bone marrow before you can vote.
I don't have anything in front of me. I'm just going off memory. But I think that's been the talking point forever, has been that low voter turnout helps Republicans, but that has shifted recently. The I don't have it in front of me, but I've read several articles over the past 5 years that say, oh no, we're still a nudged little nation that even when you get more voter turnout, it remains neck and neck no matter what.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, especially in special elections and stuff, that's different because, Trump's in power right now. So I like, the opposition party tends to kind of come out stronger for those things. And plus, I think people are a little more energized right now. That said, that's clearly what this bill is about. And it's kind of funny. I heard, who Thomas Massey is?
I know that. Yeah. Nebraska, right?
I think he's Kentucky. I could be wrong. Either way, but a Republican that's been going against Trump. I heard a clip with him that made a good point. He's like, our side of the aisle
Kentucky,
is the one.
Right, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Yeah. He's like, the Republicans are yelling about voter fraud, even though right now our party controls the executive branch, the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court. But we're claiming that there's so much voter fraud that it's unfair. How is that? Why do we control all branches of government right now? You know?
Yeah. Well, the joke I see all the time is that Democrats have all this influence and all these ways of cheating at elections, and yet they forgot to do it for the presidential election with Kamala. They used it on Karen Bass defeating Spencer Pratt in Los Angeles. Way to go, Democrats! It's like, that I can't. I'm thinking of a Nebraska guy that literally went against Trump, and I can't find him. But yeah, you're right. Massey is There's a guy I'm thinking of. I can't remember his name.
Tom Tillis.
Maybe.
Is he Nebraska?
Rich showed up. Hey, Rich, glad you made it. But yeah, so wherever we were going with this, it comes off a housing bill. But voter fraud. Yeah, we went down a sideways path. But you're right. I know what I was going to say. I was going to say that it doesn't matter whether or not it's real. See, the whole point is you push a narrative enough, and the stupidest people I went to high school with, they still bring it up. They're like, no matter how much you show them that it's all smoke and mirrors, they still go, yeah, but Democrats and dead people voting and voter.
What about the Haitians in Minnesota? Yeah.
The Trump genius is pushing the lie so much that the stupidest of the stupid believe it. And that's what the dumb guys I went to high school do. They believe it because it fits their narrative.
Right. But in terms of right now, and why this SAFE Act isn't working for him, and he's even losing at least enough votes on his own party in terms of like the House and Senate.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, exactly. It's because of what Thomas Massey said. It's pushing voter fraud doesn't work when you're the party in power. Like, there's clearly not that much of it against us if we're in power. We fucking swept the last one. So how are you going to push it? When Biden's in office, it's easier to push. Now only the stupidest people you went to high school with are believing it. Whereas if the Democrats controlled the House, the Senate, the executive branch, all this stuff, then it'd be the stupidest ones plus, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that crazy. If it's
Ben Sass is the Nebraska guy. Ben Sass.
Okay. Oh yeah. I know the name. I'm not as familiar with what you're saying.
All right, let's get into some fun news. Let's get away from politics. All right, this is me being an unsympathetic piece of shit. I'm a horrible person. Someone lost their life and I should feel bad. Nurse 41 dies on operating table during surgery to remove toxic butt fillers. A 41-year-old nursing assistant died on the operating table June 18th during a surgery to move toxic bipolymer fillers from her buttocks at a clinic inside a shopping center, authorities said. Oh, and I can't remember, Colombian peso. So was this in Colombia or Mexico? I can't remember. It took in the El Torreso shopping center in the El Poblado neighborhood, according to El Colombiano, which cited the judicial report. So, I mean, there are so many things that keep me from being a good human being and sympathetic here. One, you got the butt implants in the first place. Why? Why are you doing that? And you're going to a medical in a shopping center, and you're not going to a hospital. You're not. It's in a strip mall. These are two strikes right there. And
look at this shirt. Look at this shirt. I'm all about saving a buck where I can. Huh? I'm a cheap motherfucker. Look at my haircut. Did this myself. All right. I'll save it.
$20. Great clips.
Yeah. I've been cutting my own for years. Now it's mostly because I'm going bald, but I could get it looking a little nicer over here if I paid some asshole $20 a week or whatever. Not going to do it. I save money where I can. Medical procedures, that ain't where you fucking take a Groupon. Like you save up to get the best of the best there. And if you're sitting there going, yeah, but in the developed world, they won't let me get this. Talking about it's dangerous. Talking about it's fake science. Talking about only RFK's doing it. Screw that. Where can I exchange these dollars for pesos? I'm getting cut open in a El shopping mall.
El shopping mall. Yeah, I did see. I've seen. I actually saw a comedian do a joke about this after I saw it. I literally saw a Groupon for LASIK surgery, and then a comedian who's like, you know what, I'm not going to take a coupon or Groupon for is LASIK surgery. Like you said, medical procedures. Or another one, I have seen this. It wasn't, I can't quote it, so it wasn't like this big, like low special prices, but it was hey, we offer the best prices for skydiving. I'm like, if I'm willing to pay a couple of bucks, it's for the guy rolling the parachute and put it in the backpack. I don't want you hiring that one out to an undocumented worker who just came off the farm fields. Like, hey, my back hurts from picking strawberries. Oh, I can roll parachutes for $5. No, I'm willing to spend a little extra on medical procedures, my eyes, my health, and skydiving. So yeah. I first of all, I'm not going to go
take the cheap one on skydiving. That actually sounds like fun. I want to. I don't want them to be dead sober all the time. Oh, we can't drink before we do. Oh, we can't do this on mushrooms. That's not what Nancy Reagan would want. Fuck that. Let's have some fun up there in the sky.
Yeah,
let's get high and then go get high. You know what I mean?
That's the stupidest question I have ever asked in my life. Have you ever been skydiving, Mr. Violation warning?
You got violated. You got violated.
For what? Skydiving? Oh my goodness. It's been a while since we've been
I'm even making fun of that lady for dying from the butt implants.
No, because it came up when I said skydiving, because it doesn't say why. It doesn't was it me or you? Is it me?
You think TikTok is being infiltrated by the big skydive companies? And
that's what it came up.
The big skydiving
violation notice on TikTok for my thing. All right.
Even it doesn't say, like, we got to watch the video at the end. I'll bet it's when you're making fun of the lady for her butt.
Wait a second. Share your feedback to make our community better. Option one. The decision is fair and the restriction is reasonable. Yeah, I'm going to choose that.
I'm sure people click that a lot. Do they at least trick you into doing it? Do they because when it says that you violated it, it gives me like in red circled already highlighted disconnect from Timmel, and then right underneath not highlighted at all in very light gray on white background lettering. It goes, or you can continue. You can continue with this bad man if you want. You know, and then I have to like. Your eyeball and thumb wants to hit the target. It wants to hit the bright red thing that says disconnect.
So, we're still live. We're restricted live. So we're still live on TikTok. It's just we're not getting recommended. Where was I going with this? So skydiving. I can't remember what I was saying. No, but we had gone to sky. Oh, I said the sentence that came up was, this is the stupidest question I have ever asked. I asked you, have you ever been skydiving? A guy that's been in the military, you got pushed out of planes whether you wanted to jump or not.
No, I didn't do airborne. I only did skydiving.
That's part of your training regardless? Don't you have to do it?
No, that's only in airborne units, man. I was like regular.
I thought you had to do it at least once or twice just as part of like basic training. Like
no. You got to be in like, you got to either you got to be in an airborne unit, you know, or at least go to like jump school. Jump school is a separate thing.
Oh, so have you ever been then?
I've been skydiving. Yeah,
I've gone 3 times. Oh, did you see this? Mike says skydiving or throwing ladies off bridges. Did you see that story?
Oh shit! They threw her off without the thing being attached, right?
Yes, and they show that footage of, and it's like, I mean, it's like, how does but that's what I'm saying about the bargain. Like, you have these guys, and how do you not say, all right, everything attached? Is that, how is that not the last step? Hey, is everything hooked together before bye? Like
right.
The one good thing is that it happened so fast, she probably didn't even notice. Like, she's probably like, oh my God, this is getting really close. Gone. So she probably didn't feel a thing. She probably hopefully wasn't like scared, like, oh my God, I'm about to die, because she probably thought she was. So not. Yeah,
she might have been. Honestly, when you're free falling, it's so like quick and intense. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure the people that do it all the time are pretty, cognizant of what's going on. I'm not saying I wasn't cognizant at all, but like, there's a good chance she didn't notice that she didn't have the cord attached. But
so that's the small silver lining. It's horrible. It's tragic. She lost her life. That's I mean, here's this woman just trying to have fun. She's not getting her butt implants removed. No, she's living life and doing bungee jumping, and it wasn't her fault. See, there's a difference, TikTok, between making fun of someone that got butt implants and then went to a shopping mall to get them removed, and some poor woman that's just trying to have fun and by through no fault of her own, we only make fun of non-tragic death over here at Idiots.
Well, I mean, it's still tragic what happened to the butt implant lady. You know, like it's still sad. You know what I mean? And especially with like social media and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, you constantly hear celebrities talk about like, oh, I got this done, I get that done, and they kind of just the way our culture talks. Oh, I just got a little nip and tuck. It's like, oh yeah, just a little nip and tuck, huh? So somebody stuck a needle in your arm, and you went into such a chemical induced coma that you were literally almost dead, to the point that they could hack your face open and you wouldn't even flinch. That is how when they sedate you, they use just such cute, they would just sedation. It's just sedation. No. That is a medical term where they make you to where you are so close to death, they can hammer away on your face and just hack your entire body open and you don't even know what's going on. So it's like they're getting you that close to death every time they sedate you. And look, they've gotten pretty good at doing it. You know what I mean? Like they're almost 100% at it, but they're not completely 100%. It's still a dangerous thing to do every time you do it, no matter what the reason is. So it's like, I just think that we talk about cosmetic surgery in a way to where it makes it seem a lot more normal than it is, a lot more necessary than it is, and a lot less dangerous than it is.
Yeah. We watched Bullet Train last night. We'd seen it before. It's a good movie. I recommend that.
Yeah.
But man, when Sandy Bullock shows up at the end, she has had some work done, and it's yeah. All right.
Right. I mean, these people are using. They talk about it casually because, to be fair to the celebrities and stuff, they are spending. You know, I'm going to spend $50,000 on this operation or whatever the hell. You know what I mean? Like. They're not going to a strip mall in Tijuana.
Right.
I mean, you know, but people would get it in their head to where it's like, well, you know, they'll forget, like, no, there's a reason that celebrities pay all that money. And it's not for the same reason, but they pay a lot of money for everything. They'll pay $50,000 for a fucking caviar and steak sandwich or whatever. Like, yeah, but this ain't that. This is like, no, this isn't just I'm doing this because I liked the expensive version of the surgery. It's like, no, the expensive one keeps you alive for sure, you know?
Sorry, my daughter went to the shopping mall. She just came in and snuck. She brought me some pretzel bites. So I just had
nice. I need pretzel bites. Oh, yeah.
All right. Final story. Amazon delivery driver earned over $2 million doing students' assignments and taking exams, now gets jail term. I am so confused. An Amazon delivery driver's side hustle helped him amass more than $2 million in wealth by doing students' assignments and writing online exams for them. However, things went sideways, which led to all I read is that Amazon is a horrible company to work for. Not great benefits, not great health, not like. So how is earning $2 million your side hustle? Why are you still working at Amazon if you are that good at taking tests? That is like mind-boggling that he kept his Amazon job, unless I've been misinformed and he had great bennies or a retirement plan or something. But I mean, if you're making $2 million taking tests, why are you still delivering packages?
I love this man. He is, you know what he is? Did you ever watch The Wire?
Yeah, it's fucking great. All 5. Well, final season got a little silly, but great.
Oh, I still love the final season. Still loved it. But either way. Remember Stringer Bell? Remember how his whole thing, when they first started looking into him, is they're like, dude, he just kind of, like, he dresses like nice, like businessy, but not like fancy. He just kind of like, he's going to community college, like he's doing all this stuff, but he's not dressing, he's not doing what the other stuff. He's not doing that. He's not wearing the $100,000 necklace or any of that bullshit. Like he's just sort of, it was the real life version of that Denzel Washington played, American Gangster.
Yeah, or not just that. Oh God, Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses. Duff McKagan, I read his book. Fucking part of the reason he was on a hiatus from he went to either college or he's just like, you know what? I should start seeing where all my money's going. And he started taking accounting courses so that he could keep
similar. I just mean more in terms of like, yeah, it's smarter to save your money. I don't mean in that aspect. I mean in the aspect of like, if you dress flashy,
Yeah,
you're putting the fucking binoculars right on you. That scene in Goodfellas after that Latanza heist where everybody showed up at the bar and they're like,
take it back.
Get that, is that a fur coat? Get it the fuck out of here. You know?
Out of here.
Exactly. That's what this guy's doing.
Pissed.
This guy is the Stringer Bell of illegal test takers. I love him. He is an anti-hero. He is my favorite criminal of all time. All of the love and praise that Luigi Manchione's getting, I think England should be given to this guy. I think like the nerds in high school who are taking tests for the jocks, like they should all be lining up outside the courthouse going, this guy fucking rocks, man. Free this guy.
How did police uncover his fraud? They came to light in February 2023 after a student handed over a pen drive to computer forensics. See, it's always someone turning him in. You can't trust anyone. Fuck that kid who turned him in. Fuck that kid who ruined it for everyone else. And fuck that kid who ruined it for the Amazon driver. Just trying to make a buck.
Dude, if this guy goes to jail, I get like a fine or something, and $2 million's a lot. Like with any financial crime, the bigger the dollar amount, you know what I mean? Like the bigger the punishment's going to be. So it's like I get that aspect of it. If this was like a few thousand, this would be like a slap on the wrist. But to me, I mean, hey man, he's not a kid going to school there. You know, he's not the one getting the fake degree. I'm more concerned about the kids doing the cheating. Some of these kids are in there for medical stuff, man.
Yeah.
I don't want the fucking. I'm gonna get a heart transplant, and dude, I paid Mr. Saeed at Amazon. He was the one who took the heart transplant test. How do I do that again? Oh no, dude, I switched his heart out with the liver. Now he's got 2 livers and no heart. You know, like now I got to deal with that shit for the rest of my life. I got a liver for a heart because someone punish the fake test taker and not the fake doctor? How about you fuck off right now? Send those kids to jail.
The South Park movie, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. Kenny, hey, we accidentally replaced your potato with a heart. You have 30 seconds to live. Boom! And then, that's what George Clooney when they replaced the.
Why? Because George Clooney paid an Amazon driver to take his tests in med school.
You know who's probably pissed about this? Lori Loughlin and the guy from Sport Night and William H. Macy. His Felicity Huffman. Was it Felicity Huffman? Yeah. They're like, where was this guy? We would have paid him, and we would have been quiet about it. We wouldn't. Yeah,
even there, I put them in the same category as this guy. Not right what they did, but the guy at the school taking the bribes. That's the fucking real bad guy here, not the people giving the bribes. That's you know what I mean? It's the politician that takes the bribes who is the real bad guy in the bribery scenario. Like you're the one who we, the public, has entrusted to run things and not take bribes. You know, the shady oil exec that wants to dump sludge in a river. I get his angle. Like we know that, he never pretended to be anything other than that. You're the ones who are supposed to be regulating him, not the other way around. You're the one, you're the one who the school is entrusted to, here at Stanford, we have the highest standard of blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah, that's the dude who should be in jail, not them.
Yes. All right, kids, thanks for tuning in. Jake and I are done. We will see you next week. I have been Nathan Timmel. You can find Jake. Last week I said someone showed, this is the shirt design that got stole and you can see it on TikTok. This is the one. Yeah. I'm doing something right in my career. So last week, something's going on where I'm getting noticed. I don't know what it is. Last week, this got stolen. This week, I received copyright violations on YouTube for my comedy special, Unapologetic, on YouTube. Don't watch it right now because it's in dispute. A music company, and I did some research. Apparently, this is what they do. They scrape for sounds, but they're like, oh, he's using our music. So I'm like, not only am I not using any music.
It's not a musical act.
Exactly. And I have, thank God I did this. This is my final notice for anyone. Jake, you should do this with your comedy special, Unalived by Dog Pills. I have a physical piece of paper from the government showing that I own the copyright to that. So I have filed a dispute and everything else, but I'm like, hey, this is a spoken word piece. There is no music. I wrote it, I own it, and so I don't. But here's the thing: I don't know if they're going to come back and say, "Yeah, you say you own it, but this is a large company. They say they own it, so we'll find out." But so now something's going on in my career. I'm getting items stolen. Someone's taken notice that I exist, not in a good way. But yeah, I'm fighting.
I want to look this band up, man. What band's lyrics are the exact same lines as your comedy special? Is it like, dude, you're right. U2 has been making too many albums, man. If they're sounding, if Bono's writing the exact lyrics of your special in song form, that's going to be weird.
I did look the company up. This is all they do. All they do is just they file illegitimate claims to see what they can get away with. So if you want to support my legal fight, go to nathandimble.com and click merch and go to my shirt, hat, sock, short, magnet. Go to my store and buy something from a little guy. And nathantimble.com. Visit Jake on all social media at Jake Vevra. And I mentioned his special, Unalive by Dog Pills. Get a copyright on that before it happens to you. Copyright that shit. I have a physical piece of paper. So thank you, Todd. Yes, I hope it gets sorted out too. And we will talk to you next week, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Don't feel bad for our podcast for attracting patent trolls. Feel bad for the patent trolls who are lowly enough that they got to try to get money from us. Oh, I want to start a GoFundMe for them.